Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, carrying on with the Optima Mid 60th anniversary one. Yeah, it's a nice bling car, but I think we can make it a bit more bling. So I've got a whole bunch of bits that I've got planned for this. Little upgrades, some are just cosmetic, some will make it drive better or make it a bit stronger. But the first one, we have the KYOSHO Optima Mid carbon rear stiffener gearbox brace. So this is KOS04332 and it's a Koswork part. So let's bring you in for a close-up look and see what sort of job it is to fit this. So fitting this one, we're going to replace this brace here. And it should be a pretty straightforward job. So let's crack this open. So we got a little carbon brace. If we just hold it up, looks like everything lines up perfect. We have got as countersunk holes. Do I have an extra hole here? And rather than the round cutouts, we've got these. So we're definitely going to need the 2mm hex driver for this. So let's see if we can get it undone without any other bits. And because I didn't go too crazy with thread lock on this front screw, it's not too bad to take that one out. So as next one is just into plastic. And it might be a good opportunity to use a ball driver if you've got one of these. So I use these MIP ball drivers a lot, and sometimes it just saves you having to remove stuff like the shocks or things if you need to get into various spaces on the RC itself. And I know it's not been long since I built this, but I kind of forgot how long this screw is. So we've got that one. Don't forget, you've got a little bit of thread lock on the end because it goes into that metal plate on the motor side. So can we get this one out without removing the shock? It's gonna be tight. But yeah, we can just get it out. So that is both the components side by side. What I would do is just take a moment to clean the threads up on these, and then we're going to have to put a tiny little bit of thread lock on these again. So I'm going to get these threads cleaned up best I can and then drop a little bit of thread lock on these before I put them back in. So as we go to put these back together, let's start off with the smallest screw first. So I'll get that through, and it is going into metal, so I would put a tiny bit of thread lock on this. And you can spread that out onto your other screws. So if we get the smallest screw, I'm not going to fully tighten this down just yet. So as other two screws are both exactly the same length, so if you just slide your spring down, you should be able to get that screw back in. And then we can get that back in. And I've just took the excess thread lock off the end of the small screw and wiped it onto these two. Just remember, don't go crazy tight with these because you are only screwing into that aluminium motor plate on the other side, and it would be extremely easy to strip them threads out, and you are using the thread locker to hold these into place. So you've not got to go ridiculously tight on any of these. But that is how we should be looking. So we've replaced the aluminium stiffener with the nice Koswork one, and not sure if it's going to give any structural improvement or anything. It's quite stiff setup on back here anyway, but it does look nice. Not that these are completely horrible, at least they're anodised aluminium and they do feel relatively strong, but we all rest at carbon, just looks a bit nicer. So not too much of an awkward job. The only bit is getting this rear screw out, but you can just pull the spring down and it gives you just enough room to pull them out. But yeah, not too bad a job at all. So let's wrap this one up. So there we have the KOS04332, I believe it is, Koswork's rear stiffener brace in carbon fibre. Not too bad to fit. Pick this one up from RD Models. Link, as always, is in the description below, so you can get in touch with Dave and crew, and I'm sure they'll be able to source you some if you need them. But yeah, thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.